Hey everyone, welcome back. This video is going to jump the upload line. As usual, I have a habit of doing that. But before we get into this, I want to thank Gruv.com. They didn't send me any of this stuff. I paid for it, but I wasn't expecting to get these releases on release day, which is today, and by chance they showed up. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't get confirmation that they'd been shipped or anything like that, so this was just a surprise that it showed up at my doorstep. So thank you, Drew, for delivering on the goal of release day delivery. So these are the 3 4K Clint Eastwood releases that are out today. Obviously there's a bunch of reviews out already, so this isn't that, because I don't do that. This is basically just a collection overview of some of the stuff that I got. So starting with the Outlaw Josie Wales, Steelbook. These literally just came in probably about an hour or so, and haven't had the chance to pull the shrink and everything, but was really looking forward to this, all 3 of these actually, because of the fact that, except in the case of Dirty Harry, I only had these on DVD, and so I wanted an upgrade, because all 3 of these movies that came out I really like, because I'm a fan of Clint Eastwood. And so I was waiting for this, and luckily in certain cases I held off on upgrading the Universal or Warner, in this case, Blu-rays that they released, and got these as my only upgrade option above DVD. And I can replace the snapper case, because I do not like these cases, because they do not fit well on a shelf or anything else when they're stacked horizontally in a row. And I can finally put these in a different box. I have about 20 to 25 of these cases, so not a whole lot in my whole collection, but these just, they annoy me for that reason. But there's, to my knowledge, no new special features or anything on any of these, but still a release that I was out to get, because I've had these copies for 20 years, if not a little longer, and so it was time to upgrade. So I did that. Here's another collection, and of course they've done many of these through the years. This is just a double pack with Unforgiven, with just in the case of Josie Wales, just a generic label. The older release actually has, it actually has disc art. It's just the same art as the cover, which is, I believe, one of the posters. There's Pale Rider, an excellent Western done by him, but since I'm a fan of Eastwood, especially his Westerns, I have a biased opinion. I'm going to say that up front because he's one of my favorite actors of all time, and so I have a bias with stuff that he's in, especially when it comes to any of his Westerns, be it the Dollars trilogy or anything from Hang 'em High through Unforgiven. So just you keep that in mind. I can't really have a unbiased opinion when it comes to these movies. There's the Steelbook, and pretty much I have this because I didn't care for the regular editions with this slipcover. I'm a fiend for Steelbooks, but it's release dependent and it's artwork dependent. I don't do these for collecting purposes because I'm not into that. I buy the releases that I want, and I buy the artwork or the features or whatever that I'm after. And I'm not really worried about cost so much because I only do this for specific releases. And in this case, I did not like the generic, in my opinion, artwork that they had on the regular edition. They just looked like a stock image, and so I just wasn't interested because I'll show you what I mean. These older DVD releases did much better in my opinion, and it's a shame that they, be it Sony, Warner, Universal, whoever, thinks that they have to do some ridiculous nonsense with changing cover art or for whatever reason they do it. Because here's a Dirty Harry 5-film collection that I bought a year or two ago on the Warner 100 releases from a year or two ago. And that's a really generic image, and it's, in my opinion, too similar to what they used for the standard version of this movie on 4K, which is why I went with the Steelbook. And see, the problem with this is that I have this on DVD as well. This was just the Blu-ray version that I could find, because I might have boxed up the DVD version. But these packages that Warner Brothers does, and to a lesser extent Universal, they'll do a four film. So they'll do, like, Lethal Weapon or Batman or Dirty Harry in this case. But they leave off the 5th film in the case of Dirty Harry. UK copies, at least from what I've seen on Amazon, of the Dirty Harry collection, has all 5 films. But I have never been able to find a US release with all 5 films, with the exception of this release. I do not know why they leave off the Deadpool, but for whatever reason they decide to do that. I don't know why, because they're all Warner Brothers releases, and it's all, there shouldn't be any issue. But there is. Maybe it's because of the Guns N' Roses music. I don't know, but I was lucky enough to find that, which includes all 5 of the Dirty Harry movies, so at least I've got them. And there's the Dirty Harry Steelbook. Now, this one in particular I was curious about because the photography being shot at night and with very little lighting, I was interested to see how they would go about it. So I've been waiting for this for years because I wanted to see how the picture quality would look, because on DVD or even Blu-ray copies of this movie, it's almost impossible to see a lot of the stuff because they used very little artificial lighting, so a lot of the movie is really difficult to see in the nighttime shots. So I've been waiting a long time to see what would happen with this, and now that I've got these upgraded, it appears that my collecting is almost done, especially if they continue and do the other 4 Dirty Harry films on 4K and finish out the Lethal Weapon 2, 3, and 4 with their upcoming set, which I'm waiting for also. So there you have it. And this is kind of a funny reveal video / mini rant. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in future projects that I'm working on.